What's going on, guys? My name is Wolfwill and welcome back to another Spyro 4 related video. Whether it's your first time here or you're a returning viewer, I hope you're all having a great day or a great night so far. Now, recently I came across a comment from my Cinder in Spyro 4 video that really did get me thinking in a good way. And that was basically, what if Cinder was to instead get her own solo game set in the Reignited universe before crossing over with Spyro? That's not actually a bad idea, and that's why I sort of want to dive into it very briefly in this video. So before we kick things off, if you are new to the channel and like what you see, then be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications to get notified of all of my weekly uploads. And with that, let's dive right into it. So basically, there are like two ways I could sort of see this working. The first option is basically she gets introduced in Spyro 4 being in the same reality. So not in a separate universe, but she's in the same universe, but from an uncharted dragon world. Obviously then Spyro and the others will go to help them when they find out that there's some trouble going on there. Cinder will of course meet the guys, and then eventually it would pretty much lead to Cinder being able to get her own solo game. However, the other option is she doesn't get introduced in Spyro 4, rather she gets hinted towards being in like that universe, or even gets her name mentioned, and then she gets her own solo game that will eventually lead into, say, a future crossover with Spyro in, like, say, Spyro 5, or even one where it has Crash Bandicoot involved as well. Now, of course, as we know, like, they're having a lot of theories and speculations on Cinder with Spyro 4 for a long time. I, of course, have been a part of them too, because I've had a lot of theories myself, but when you think about it, it's not a bad idea for Cinder to get her own game. If they were to go that direction, that would still mean that they could focus on Spyro predominantly for Spyro 4. So therefore, it's a brand new Spyro game. We haven't had a brand new one in a long time. Pretty much ever since, like, Legend of Spyro, pretty much. I'm not counting Skylanders, because that is not technically Spyro, like a Spyro game. That's sort of more its own thing. Point is, I think we've got a brand new Spyro game that sort of predominantly focuses on Spyro. I think that'd be cool. Now, having Cinder involved is not a bad thing. I would love to see Cinder, but yet again, the idea of Cinder getting her own game doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think it would be pretty cool to see that happen. So pretty much it could go either way. I think both ways would work pretty well, but I know for a fact that most people want to see Cinder in Spyro 4, which I think would be really big to see. Obviously, it'll be a completely different version of Cinder compared to the one in The Legend of Spyro, because as we know, Spyro in Reignited is completely different to Spyro in The Legend of Spyro. Well, rather than Reignited, I should say Classic Spyro, but you guys get the picture. So, in general, what do you guys think of that concept? Like, would you prefer to see Cinder appear in Spyro 4 first and then get her own solo game, or rather the reverse? Because in a sense, it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the Insomniac Spider-Man games, where Miles Morales was introduced in Marvel's Spider-Man, and then he ended up getting his own solo game, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, released last year. And now we've got Marvel's Spider-Man 2 coming out in 2023. So, kind of reminds me of that a little bit, and it worked out so well. So, I think it could be a very similar thing here with Cinder. Now, before I finish up here, there was one more thing I wanted to mention, and that is the current status of the Spyroverse concept, because it has been quite a bit since I've said anything about it. do not worry, I do plan to do the Hunter concept before the year is over. I just need to start writing it, which I plan to do this week, and then I'll get the audio recording done whenever possible, and then put it together, and then we're pretty good from there. So, don't worry, Hunter is still going to happen this year, and if you guys have got your own, like, suggestions for concepts I could potentially look at down the road, as long as it sort of like fits into the plot of things, then I'm more than happy to take in the suggestions, because you guys really did seem to enjoy the Purple Dragon concept a lot, which makes me happy to know that you guys are happy with it. Obviously, everyone's gonna have flaws and stuff, but it was my first time doing something like that, and I thought it was pretty good. Like, just from my view, it was not that bad. But yeah, I am really looking forward to writing Hunter. It's gonna be an origin story basically for him, like how he becomes who he is today. So yeah. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching once again. And of course, I will be making more Spyro 4 related videos in the future. If you have anything in mind that you want me to talk about, discuss, or look into at all, then let me know down below in the comments. And of course, I'll be continuing to do my usual routine of things. I do streaming over on Twitch partially, so if you guys want to go and check that out, the link is in the description below. Or you can check out Wolf Will by searching it up, but replace the O with a 0 because someone else already had Wolf Will in the name. But yeah. So thanks again, guys. And until next time, I hope you have a great day or a great night.